Not me eating my tea while these two are updating their vlogs. It's Dave and Molly. I see you. Okay, hello. It is a new weekly reading vlog. It's currently 1:50 AM, Sunday night, Monday morning. But I just wanted to start the vlog here. I might as well, because why not? I'm awake, I've been reading, so I might as well. I am about to go to bed. But I just wanted to let you know what my reading plans are for the week, which are a little bit different. They're going to look very different actually to usual, because I am going to be reading a couple of non-fiction textbooks for my course this week. But also I do want to read some fiction, because I think it's a really good idea to sort of mix up my reading and not get too focused on my textbooks. I do need to read them, but I do want to read them. I don't need to read them by any means. I do want to read them, but I also would like to incorporate some fiction as well, just to keep myself grounded and not push too hard with the fiction, because sometimes with the textbooks, because sometimes it can become a bit too much, can it? And I think you just need to be able to relax and let go and wind down sometimes from work. So the non-fiction textbooks that I will be reading are Learning to Counsel by William Stewart and Jan Sutton. This is one of the books I'll be reading, and the other one is First Steps in Counselling by Pete Sanders. So I will be hopefully reading both of these. There may come a point where, I have started this one, obviously there's a bookmark in it, there may come a point where quite a bit of this is covered in here, which is fine, but I do know that there are some chapters in here that are not covered in here, so I will probably end up skim reading quite a bit of this, but I will end up knuckling down with some of the chapters in here. So these are the two non-fiction books / textbooks I'll be reading this week. I will not be rating these, but I will be putting them towards my Goodreads goal, because I'll be reading them nonetheless, but I won't be rating them. And then the fiction books that I'm reading, I am reading Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. This was just going to be the only fiction book I read this week, and I was just going to plod through it throughout the week. However, we've done reading sprints tonight on Molly's channel, and I have ended up managing to plough through it. I am now 226 pages into this book, which is only 370 pages long, so there's a pretty good chance I'll finish this tomorrow, if not Tuesday night. So yeah, on that basis, I'm going to add The Song Rising to my TBR as well for this week. So there are still quite a few books I need to get through for the month. I'm not going to complete my TBR. I don't know if I've already said this in a video somewhere, but I am accepting defeat on that. But there are still some books I still really want to get to. So obviously I want to continue with the Bone Season series. I'm apparently starting another series, the third series that I've started this month. But there is also like the Assassin's Blade that I need to get to because of my own read along, and a couple of others that I still want to get to, but I'll be picking those up next week hopefully. But these two are the fiction books that I will be reading this week. So that's what I'm planning on reading this week. It does seem like quite a bit, considering two of those are textbooks, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm having a great time with Traitor's Blade, and I have already started Learning to Counsel, and I'm enjoying it so far. So I will check in with you tomorrow when I have an update for you, but for now I'm going to go because my battery's dying and I want to go to bed and try and get some sleep so I can get up at a reasonable time tomorrow. So I will see you then. Got my camera on. It's currently 5 to 1 on Wednesday. I am struggling. Yesterday was a bit of an anxious day for me, and today I ended up falling asleep last night on the sofa at about 7:30. I was watching some of Kayla's videos. I watch her old videos, Books and Lala, when I'm struggling anxiously or with my depression, because I find her really, really soothing, and I just enjoy rewatching her stuff. And it's a thing with people who suffer from anxiety. They don't like to watch things new very often because they don't know how it's going to end, and very regularly we will rewatch things, and I am one of those people. I constantly rewatch stuff rather than watching new stuff. So yeah, I was watching some of Kayla's stuff last night and then fell asleep on the sofa. Ended up going up to bed about 9:30, got in bed, and then was awake till about 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So I ended up with a bit of a migraine because I was stressed because I couldn't sleep. And then finally fell asleep, and I've not long since got up. So I've gotten up and had a shower, so I've probably been up maybe, I don't know, an hour, 40 minutes, but I just really struggled to get up this morning. So yeah, not keen on that, on the basis, I'm trying not to stress about it, but not keen on that on the basis that I had plans today. I wanted to film for the first time in like 2 weeks, and I had really big plans. Like I had 2 video ideas ready to go, and like back to back that I could film that would coincide with each other. And yeah, I mean, I could still do them. It's only 1 o'clock, but the weather's grim and it's a bit dull, and I honestly just don't want to now. I'm not in the mood. So I think I'm just gonna read instead. I will give you a reading update in a second, but I have a parcel. This is very orange. I don't know who this is from, but there's some glittery stuff all over it. Oh, I think I know what this is. Okay, so I bought this off of a friend, and she was getting rid of this. She just wanted postage for it. There is glitter stars everywhere. Let me just try and get these because they're all in the book as well. See if I can get them in the bag. She was getting rid of this, and I really wanted it after seeing it in, I think it was an Owlcrate box last year at some point, and it was like an extra book that you got in one of the Owlcrate boxes. I don't get Owlcrate because shipping is immense. And it is Witchy by Ariel Slamet-Reyes. I don't know if that's correct, but it's a graphic novel, and I think it's about a young girl whose magic comes from her hair or something. I'm not sure, but I've heard really good things about this one. I've heard a mix, actually. I've heard some people say that this is clearly the beginning of a series and it's building up to the rest of the series, but overall it's not that great, but it could be a good series. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to this one. So thank you so much, Jenny, for sending me this one. I really appreciate it, and I shall drop you a message to let you know it's come. I do have an Amazon parcel, however, I am not impressed with, let me just cover this up, not impressed with how this has ended up. They've left it outside, not in a bag, so my books are damaged. I need to contact Amazon and let them know. So I'm not going to show you what they are on the basis that I'm going to let my gifter know that they've come damaged, and then hopefully Amazon will sort me out and send me some more. But I don't want to let them know. I don't want them to see that they are completely damaged. So reading update, I am on page 279 of Traitor's Blade. I want to finish this today. Again, I'm not in the mood, but I want to finish this today and get it done so that I can start Song Rising. I am also around about 60 pages. I've not read too much more, but I'm about 60 pages into my Learn to Counsel book as well. So yeah, that's where I'm up to with reading. I don't know, today's a weird day. I'm just not in the mood, which is weird because I spent so much time with Thomas last night. So honestly, my mood should be high and it's just not. I'm having a time. I don't know, hopefully it'll pick up this week. I don't know. I'm gonna text Jade, I think, and maybe see if she wants to go on the chat and see if I can get some reading done while she's working. I think that's the only way that I'll probably actually read today. So I think I might do that. We'll see. I don't know. Weird mood. I don't know. I'm a little bit stressed about getting my results back from the doctors. I think that could be doing it to me as well. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to text Amazon and complain, and then decide what to do with myself. And I will see you in a little bit. Hello. Oh well, that's going well. Hello. It's later on. It's currently 9:30 in the evening, and I wanted to give you a reading update on, I'm sure I've already told you this, but Wednesday. I think I've been on. I finished Traitor's Blade and I gave this 5 stars. This is my favourite book of the month. So basically I have this new thing where for my stats, I now tell you about my most surprising book of the month, my favourite book of the month, my worst book of the month, and my most disappointing book of the month. This is my favourite. The Poppy War being my most surprising, because I genuinely went into that thinking I was going to hate it, but this I had no preconceived notions whatsoever. So I loved this. It was so good. So this is following 3 men who used to be part of the Greatcoats. They still wear their greatcoats, but when the king died, the Greatcoats disbanded, and basically these 3 guys stick together. Falkio, Kest and Brasti stick together, and they are now bodyguards, but they end up finding themselves in a bit of a sticky situation and kind of going on this adventure, if you like. This is hilarious. The type of comedy that I love in a book, whilst being serious and having serious things go along with it. It's also very, very funny, and I just loved it. I love the characters. The audiobook is incredible. Joe Jameson, I think his name is fantastic. Such a good narrator, and I will listen to anything else that he narrates, to be perfectly honest. This was so, so good, and I highly recommend it. If you like the book Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Ames, I think that's the name of the author, you will enjoy this. Vice versa, if you like this, you may enjoy Kings of the Wild. Basically, that is following a band of men. It's a bit like a D&D campaign. They are older than the guys in here, and they all retired from their jobs, but they end up coming back together to try and save one of the daughters of the men. So it's got a similar vibe of being quite funny, and a group of guys going out on adventures and having to sort shit out, basically. And I really enjoyed that one. So but I prefer this one, to be perfectly honest, but you may enjoy that if you liked this, and vice versa. So I loved this. 5 out of 5 stars. It was so, so good. Trigger warnings for animal abuse in this, quite heavily in the middle. Just be careful of that. But obviously the general stuff like violence, abuse in general, but violence, lots and lots of violence in here, but there is some animal abuse in here as well. But I loved this. 5 out of 5 stars. I then did start Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy, which is a graphic novel. It is a Little Women retelling, a modern day one, and there's no page numbers in here, so I can't tell you what page I'm up to, but this is how far in I am. I'm going to continue reading that throughout the week and hopefully finish it by the weekend, if not during the weekend. And then I've been reading The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon during Jade's Sprints, which we're doing now for Patreon, and I'm 60 pages into this, so I will be carrying on with that. But I just wanted to come on and give you an update. So I am going to get back to reading, because I'm currently on with, me and Molly have ended up joining Jade's Patreon sprints, so we're currently sprinting, and I'm going to get back to reading, and I will update you probably tomorrow when there's something else to update you on, and I will check back in with you later. Hello, it's 20 past midnight on Friday 22nd, so Thursday night, Friday morning. I don't know why I need to clarify that for you people, because you're not idiots, you know what I mean. And I just come off some sprints on my channel. We've just been sprinting since 7 PM, and we've just come off. I am going to go up to bed and hopefully get an early night, but I just wanted to give you a reading update, because I have been reading a fair bit, but I'm also struggling a little bit this week with my anxiety, which means I am a little all over the place. I feel like I've become very I don't know, like, you know, I struggle to just focus on one thing. So when my anxiety is all over the show. So I wanted to give you a reading update. I have been reading some more of The Song Rising tonight, but I was really struggling, like, physically with my chest, with my anxiety. So I stopped reading this because I couldn't focus properly. And I needed something, because this is very intense in the sense that it's small. small compared to the others. It's not that small, but small compared to the others, but there's a lot going on and you need to keep up. So I was struggling. So I've gotten to page 224, chapter 16. So I am going to finish this tomorrow, hopefully. That's my plan. And then I ended up picking up Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy, which I think I've already told you I did start this. I finished this. I've given it 4 stars. It was really good. A lot more intense than I thought it was going to be. This is a modern Little Women retelling. And we are following, obviously, Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy. But it's not as simple as just following 4 sisters. This is 4 sisters in the sense that it's Meg and her dad, Jo and her mum, and then them 2 are obviously married, and Beth and Amy are their kids. So in theory, Jo and Meg are stepsisters and Beth and Amy are their half sisters in theory. However, they all just see themselves as a family, which is amazing. It's really, really good. It took me actually quite a few pages to even figure out that that was the case, because they do eventually explain it, but it's really cleverly done the way it's done. So basically, as the story goes in Little Women, the dad's away at war, but it's the modern day version of it. They live in New York. I think it's New York City anyway. And basically, they will send emails back and forth to their dad and things like that. The mum is obviously working herself silly to keep a roof over the girls' heads, and Jo and Meg are also working themselves silly after school. Amy naturally is spoilt like she is in the original Little Women, and we have the usual suspects as well. We've still got Laurie in here, and yeah, it's really, really good. I really enjoyed it, but there's a lot more going on in this than I expected. The standard story still stands, but this is queer, and I was not expecting that, and I loved it. It was really, really good. Really loved what happened. There was a part in this that I nearly cried at, and I just really enjoyed it. It was so good, and yeah, I recommend this. This is a graphic novel version. So thank you so much to Helen for gifting me this one for my birthday. I really appreciate it, Helen, and I really enjoyed it. 4 stars. Obviously, I've just told you I'm 224 pages into this, wherever I was up to with it. And then I've just picked up In an Absent Dream for completely unknown reasons. Well, not unknown reasons at all. They're not completely unknown. Nobody saw this coming, not even me. So I just, in the last sprint, was like, oh, by the way, I'm going to pick up In an Absent Dream. And everyone was like, what the fuck? That's not even on your TBR. It wasn't even close to being on your TBR. And I'm like, no, I know. But as it turns out, I was going to read Dreams of Gods and Monsters for Buzzwordathon. But because the buzzword for January is dream, and I really want to take part in Buzzwordathon every month if I can. However, I've DNF'd the series at Days of Blood and Starlight. So by the way, I did not touch up on that. Somebody asked me a question about why I DNF'd the series. There is a reason. Obviously, I was not vlogging that week, so you guys don't know the reasons for it. Basically, I kept putting the book down, and it wasn't until about 2 weeks after maybe the 3rd or 4th time of me putting the book down, that Jade, when I was about to pick it back up, Jade said to me, Steph, are you enjoying that book? And I was like, you know what, honestly, no, I kind of want to read anything but this. And she was like, why are you still reading it? And I was like, I don't know. And I discussed it with Maddie, because obviously it's her, like, Dosab Along is her read along, and I discussed it with Maddie, and I just said to her, you know what I think it is? It's very slow. So basically, Dosab is slow anyway. Daughter of Smoke and Bone is slow to begin with, but towards the end it really picks up the pace, and then all of a sudden Days of Blood and Starlight is just very, very slow again. And Maddie said it's not up until about the halfway point that it picks up again, and I don't know what it was, but all of a sudden I could see the flowery writing in it. And everyone was really shocked that I really liked Daughter of Smoke and Bone because of the flowery writing. I hate flowery writing. But all of a sudden I could see the flowery writing in the second book. And Maddie did say that she feels the second and third book are more flowery than the first. So I have DNF'd it. I don't know if it's a permanent DNF or whether I might come back to them at some point later on in the year or in my future. I'm not sure, but I have DNF'd them for the time being, but I just wanted to cover that because I know that I didn't do a reading vlog that week that I made that decision, and it seemed very abrupt in my other reading vlog when I was reading Night of Cake and Puppets that all of a sudden I was like, oh, by the way, I've DNF'd Days of Blood and Starlight. I don't think I explained it very well because someone did ask the question, so my apologies for that, but that's the reason why. So because I've DNF'd Days of Blood and Starlight, obviously I'm not reading Dreams of Gods and Monsters, which means I no longer have a book that covers the word dream for Buzzwordathon. So I decided to pick up In an Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire. I've read this before, so this is not new to me, but it's short and I've read it before, so I can get through it pretty quick, and I read it in 25-minute sprint. Just then I got to page 60, so I can listen to this on ×3 speed as well because it's really fast-paced book, and I really enjoy these books. I like them a lot. So we're following Catherine, who's a young girl who loves to read, and one day she ends up finding a door in a tree and she goes through the door, and that's where I'm up to now. She's just entered this world. This series, the Wayward Children series, basically follows kids who manage to find their way into portals, basically find portals into other worlds, fantasy worlds, and they live there for a little bit and then come back, and sometimes when they come back they don't want to be back, they preferred their life back there, and they end up in the home for wayward children, and they either stay there and wait for their door to appear again to the portal back to the place that they want to go back to, or they try and grow out of it, if that's what you want to call it. It's a little bit like Alice in Wonderland, if you like. So yeah, I really enjoy this series. It's good. I've given them all 4 stars so far today, and there's a new one coming out very, very soon called Across the Green Grass Field, which is coming out in March, I think, maybe February, March, I think, early March. So yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on with this. So my aims tomorrow, oh, I've also been reading Learning to Counsel as well, which is the non-fiction textbook that I've been reading this week for my course, and I'm now 112 pages into that, I think, so I'm going to be doing more of that tomorrow afternoon, and then I want to finish The Song Rising and In an Absent Dream tomorrow, if at all possible, so that I can pick up maybe the Bargainers novella and the Adventure Zone this weekend. I think that's my plan, but we'll see what happens. I'm not going to put the pressure on. I have been struggling this week massively with my anxiety, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see what happens. But I have like a 9 AM appointment with Jade tomorrow to come on to like FaceTime and stuff. We sort of just sit on there for the day while she's working and I get stuff done. I'm productive, so yeah, I've got one of those with her tomorrow, which should be good for me. It should help me get some stuff done. I want to film a little bit and obviously read and get through some more of my course, so we'll see how that goes. But the sprints tonight were really good. We had Pris on, which is the first time she's ever done a live show. She was so good, and I think she had a good time, which is awesome. So maybe we might see some more of her, which would be really, really great. And yeah, it was really good. I'm very proud of her. Pris, if you're watching this, I'm so proud of you, and I love you a whole heckin' ton. You are amazing. I love you. Thank you for joining us. You are an angel. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I will check back in with you tomorrow when I've got something to update you on and let you know how I'm getting on with these 2 bad boys. And yeah, I will see you then. Hi team, it is 1:20 on Friday. I haven't read anything yet any more than what I told you about last night, but I have a parcel, so I thought I would open this with you. I've been filming since, I'm out of breath now, I've just been downstairs. I've been filming since about 10 AM. I've been up since half 8. So I have managed to film 1, 2, 3 videos, which is great news. So I have lots I need to edit now and get uploaded, but yeah, getting stuff done. I'm a bit bummed I haven't read anything, but I know Jade's hosting sprints tonight, so I'm looking forward to getting my read on later with that, which should be good. So this is from Molly. Let's destroy Dad. I love you, Fanny. Thank you for being such a huge support to me during this troubled time, from Molly. I love you, Malls. You are the sweetest. Good Lord, this is chunkier than I thought it was going to be. This is Night Shadow by Sebastian de Castell. Fuck me, this is well chunky. Holy shit. This is 600 pages. Bang on. 600 on the dot. This is, the girls said they were chunkier and that the Traitor's Blade was the smallest, but this is chunky as hell. Not what I was expecting at all, but yay for me. I am so happy. Thank you so much, Moz. You are the sweetest bean and I love you a whole bunch. Yes, I am ready to destroy Jade with this. Myself, Molly and Maddie are planning on reading this in February in the hope that Maddie's read Traitor's Blade by then, and we are looking forward because this is her favourite series, but also I think this is her favourite book in the series. So yes, I am looking forward to this. Thank you so much, Molly. You are an absolute angel and I love you with the whole of my heart. You are a diamond. Thank you, baby. So I can add that to my TBR pile now. I just filmed my TBR as well and I didn't have this on me, so that's a shame, but I'll just put a picture up, it's fine. So yeah, I am going to carry on finishing editing. I think one of my videos has just finished exporting, which is great because I was multitasking filming while this was exporting. So I am going to finish editing a couple more videos, I think, and then I will get some reading done. I haven't read any more on Learning to Counsel, which is my textbook that I've been reading. Oh, I lied yesterday. I said I was on page 112. I'm not. I'm on page 102. I might try and do some more of this once I finish editing. We will see. I mean, it's only 1:20. I've gotten shitloads done already today, so I'm looking forward to getting more done. But yeah, I will check back in with you later when I've got an update for you. Hello, team. It is currently 3 AM, 3:05 on Saturday morning. So early hours of Saturday morning. We've just come off a live stream off of Jade's channel. This is the sofa. Sorry, you're just sitting on the sofa because I'm too lazy to go and get my tripod. Just come off a live stream off of Jade's channel. We've been on there for about 7.5 hours. It was good. I got lots read, so let's give you an update. I managed to finish The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon. I'm tired as fuck. By Samantha Shannon. I gave this 4 stars. I put it through Corepile. I feel very indifferent to this. This isn't my favourite of the series so far. So this is the 3rd book in the Bone Season series, in which we're following Paige Mahoney, who is a dream walker and is part of a team called the Seven Dials in London, and shit happens to her and we're basically just following her through that. I don't want to tell you specifically what happens in this one because it will spoil the first 2 books for you, but do pick it up. It's very, very good. I love this series. I gave The Pale Dreamer, which is book 0.5, 4 stars. I gave The Bone Season 5 and The Mime Order 5. But this one I've given 4. I enjoyed it, but I feel like a lot happened, like a fucking lot happened, but at the same time almost like nothing happened, if that makes any sense. Like, it was fast paced and there was a lot happening, but it was stilted. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody or whether that people will understand. I don't know if people have the same feelings. But anyway, overall, I enjoyed it. I like where the story in general has gone towards the end. I am looking forward to picking up The Dawn Chorus next, which is book 3.5 in the series, I think, and then The Mask Falling, which comes out in a couple of days. So yes, 4 stars for this one. I'm glad I've finally finished it now. But yeah, I enjoyed it. Then I read In an Absent Dream by Seanan Maguire. I am struggling. I gave this 4 stars. I gave it 4 stars first time I read it, and I've given it 4 stars again. Ironically enough, I didn't remember anything about this book up until about the last 50 pages. Weirdly enough, maybe less than that, maybe the last 30 pages. I just couldn't remember anything, and then all of a sudden the last 30 pages come flying into my head and I was like, oh yeah, I remember now. It's really good. I enjoyed it. So 4 out of 5 stars for this one, and this completes Buzzwordathon for January, which is great. And then I dived straight into The Adventure Zone, Murder on Rockport Limited. And I am currently 48 pages into this one. This is the 2nd in the Adventure Zone series, and I love this series so far. It's really, really good. I have never played D&D before. I never even heard of it until G and Cody started playing with the lads. So But I really enjoy this. I'm having a good time with it. This is like a D&D campaign in graphic novel format. And basically the people that have done this, the McElroys, they have a podcast, a D&D podcast called The Adventure Zone, that has then kind of birthed into a graphic novel, which is great. And I love the illustration style. I just love how colourful it is. Like, I'm obsessed with it. Look how pretty that is. So yeah, I'm hoping to carry on with this tomorrow, possibly finish it as well. I did not pick up my textbook today, which is a shame. So I would like to maybe do some more of that this weekend as well, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think Sydney might be hosting some sprints later on today. I was going to say tomorrow, but that's confusing. Later on today, Saturday, possibly. And I know Jodie's got some later on this evening, Saturday night. So if we're not still running on Sid's, I might jump onto Jodie's. I don't know, we'll see. And then Sunday, Maddie's hoping to host some early morning Sunday sprints, like 10 AM ones throughout the afternoon. So we'll see. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my plan. I hope you're all, I don't know where I was going with that now. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm very tired. It's been a busy day. My body is falling to pieces. I like actually really tired, but also my body is really sore. I just feel very stiff. My anxiety is through the roof this week, and that will not be helping in the slightest. So I'm extremely stiff and I'm struggling a little bit. So I'm gonna go to bed now. I may even treat myself like to a AM bath tomorrow morning, maybe. I don't know. Who is she? I'm gonna go. Goodbye.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Hey team, it's Monday morning and I'm just going to wrap this reading vlog up. I'm feeling very anxious, so please excuse me if this is very messy. I am not having a good day. It is 9:15 in the morning. I'm already not having a good day. So I just wanted to wrap this up, let you know what I read this week, which was quite a bit actually. I managed to read 6 books this week, get part way through 3 more as well, so that's pretty good. So the first book that I read this week was Traitor's Blade by Sebastian de Castell. I have let you know my thoughts on this and I gave it 5 stars. I loved it. It's my favourite book of the year so far. Then I read Meg, Jo, Beth and Amy and I gave this 4 stars. Again, I've told you about this one. It was really good. Similarly with The Song Rising, which I also gave 4 stars. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't my favourite of the series. In fact, it was my worst of the series, but it's not bad. It was good. Then I read In an Absent Dream by Shauna Maguire, which I also gave 4 stars and enjoyed. This is a reread. And this was for Buzzwordathon. Following on from that, I also read Across the Green Grass Fields, which is the 6th in the Wayward Children series by Shauna Maguire, and also her latest book. This one is following Regan, who loves and is loved through her school, but she has a really complicated friendship situation with a girl and another girl, in which one of the girls bullies the other quite badly. And then Regan herself then becomes a victim of the bullying from this girl as well, because she finds out that she is actually intersex and tells this girl as her friend, because she's distraught that her parents had kept this from her. She tells this girl as her friend, and the girl takes the piss basically and bullies her. At which point Regan ends up managing to find the door to the world that she ends up going through. And the door she ends up going through, I can't remember what the name of the place is called, but it's full of unicorns and centaurs and things like that, and it's just the coolest world. And it's a really good story. I really enjoyed this one, especially the vampires, the unicorns, brain fog, especially the unicorns and stuff. So I enjoyed this one. I gave it 4 stars. It was really good and I had a good time with it. Not on my TBR. I picked it up on the sole purpose that I needed something to listen to while I was scanning in books onto Ziffit that I have now. well, I'm going to be getting rid of today. They're coming picking them up today. And then I also read Adventure Zone Murder on Rockport on the Rockport Limited, which is Adventure Zone Volume 2, and I finished this last night. I gave this 4 stars. I love this series. This is a D&D campaign, basically set as a graphic novel. It's just really, really good, a lot of fun. The Dungeon Master actually pops in and out and stuff and chats to the characters and things like that, and I really enjoyed it. I felt this had more of the D&D stuff in it than the first one did. Like, it explained a bit more what, well, it didn't even explain, it just had like a dice roll in it, or that was a bad time to roll a 2 or something like that, and I didn't really understand that kind of stuff. But overall, I had enjoyed the adventure and what happened in this. I just love the characters, they're so funny, and some of the like pop culture references and stuff are just so good. So I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. So overall, really good reading week, nothing less than 4 stars, and I managed to read 6 books, which is great. So off of my Bookopoly TBR, I managed to read 4 off my Bookopoly TBR, which is really, really good. So I'm really happy with that. Might not seem like it, I'm just not having a good day. So yeah, overall good reading week. I am gonna go, and I shall see you all next time. Thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it, and I shall see you all next time. Bye for now.